here at the GSL Code S. It's an outer space Artosis with Shipyard MT is.
Is that why they call it that?
I guess. I don't know where the ships would dock on this place.
It's obvious. Let's look at it.
In the bottom left, we have our Terran player. It's 1-on-1, the rubber match. The Game Genie Terran, his ideas?
I am MVP.
And in the upper right, we have our Zerg player playing brilliantly in that last game. Can he do it again? His ideas?
Started July.
Okay,
time
to see what these guys choose to do. There could be mind games upon mind games here. What if July does some super eco build instead of some timing attack like you would expect on this map? What if MVP were to do some sort of crazy timing? Because that's what you don't want to do against July normally, is like some like very quick 2-base push. Because, you know, if you're doing something like that, he might randomly have been getting ready to kill you or try to kill you, and in which case he's going to have way more units
you're just going to be caught with your pants down.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're trying to hit a timing push as Terran against Zerg, and they were getting ready to actually attack you for a kill, then they're going to crush your army and get an easy win. So, but that July uses things like that against people. He has, I've always said that, you know, I feel like he has a randomizer in his head, because he randomizes his play better than anyone in the world. You cannot fully predict July ever. And I don't care if you guess him right 7 times in a row, you're just the luckiest man on earth, because he really will randomize. He'll take a map that is good for him, that's good for his style, and play against his style on it sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. And that's what's so dangerous.
Well, that's why he was so epic in StarCraft 1. He was basically one of the 3 Zerg Banchwas.
Well, he was definitely the top Zerg in the world for a very long time.
Yeah, and you know,
legendary.
Well, actually, he was hot and cold actually.
Yeah,
the StarCraft.
Well, that's actually the most impressive thing of all.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think that, you know, if you win everything for a year, that's the most impressive thing. I think that winning 3 or he won like what 5 championships total or something. It was like some huge amount, and he did them all at distinctly different times.
Yeah, which means different metagames and different maps.
And the last one was years after, which, I mean, oh god, guys, it's so impressive. Like, for instance, let's say that MVP doesn't win anything for 2 years and he wins yet another GSL. Are you kidding me?
Think about how insane that is. That's basically what July Zerg did in StarCraft 1.
Yeah. And then he did it again. It's like craziness. So that's like a long-lived player. July Zerg is someone that you can't take away from him, that he is a legend forever in esports.
I'm really curious to see if he's going to get a championship here in StarCraft 2.
You know what? If he decides that he truly wants it, he will get it. He just will.
I would say just keep playing, because he's very unique from StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless
someone with that much talent.
Unless he really is going to go to the Army soon. I've heard a lot of people say he's thinking about it. If he is, then he might not get one. But if he decides, no, you know, I'm going to put off the Army and win a championship, he'll win one. You can't stop July Zerg if he puts his mind to it. He will eventually get it. Alright, so we do have that reactor Hellion play into expand from MVP. It's getting Stim and some Marines, not the Marauder push. And just very standard by MVP, which is a good thing to see here. Good choice by him.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, July Zerg hasn't done anything out of the ordinary yet. He does have the double gas relatively quickly, but that's fine.
Pushing forward with a Spine Crawler here. He's the Hellions are basically going to be used to try to mow down some of the creep and limit the Zerg's ability to, because he couldn't get a head start in the early game, have enough creep out on the map. And that's, you know, the creep's so important. The Banelings move so much faster on the creep, as well as everything else. Go ahead.
July Zerg getting his lair and 2 more gases immediately here. So,
does.
Yeah, it's clear that he's not going for some, with those quick 2 gas, for some silly thing like a Roach Baneling all-in or something that's been somewhat popular in the last few months. But instead teching up very quickly, and yeah, I think it will be Muta. He's a good Muta player. I don't think there's any reason for him to go Infester builds.
Well, his Mutas in that last game, I mean, he killed that, the engineering bay, and then, of course, MVP's thinking, oh my god, this map's so big, this game's going to be so long, I might as well just try to do an attack now, do as much damage as I can. GSL holds it.
I thought that was the right choice by him. Even
that was the right choice,
it
I
didn't
think.
look like it was going to kill July, but it was a good choice.
If he waited, there's just nothing he can do to stop July. July was taking 2 bases.
Yeah,
so he's going to be on 5 bases.
Takes the whole map.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to stop the Zerg swarms, man? You just aren't.
He has a hatchet every expansion. He can't even mine with drones in each one.
You think
he can't make that many drones?
No. July Zerg swarms.
He takes every expansion, makes drones at every expansion, and loses because he has no attacking units.
Turns them all into spine crawlers. Creep pushes your base.
Oh, yeah.
You know how hard it is to creep and spine crawler push a siege tank line?
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy at all.
I got to run my spine crawlers out there and let them take damage so I can get my little creep tumor up there before I run it back and transfuse it with the queen.
All right, so we do have a Baneling Nest and Spire on the way, a bunch of speedlings out on the map. And so far this has been pretty much like a Leanox style against Reactor Hellions from July, where you just sit on 2 base, you tech up, and just as you're getting your Spire to finish, you take that 3rd because you know you have enough, and Terran's like, well, I don't want to just throw these Hellions away. Suddenly he's going to come out and kill them, so just solid play by July. You know, a lot of people have mentioned that Leanox and July do have similar styles, and it's pretty true. Not exactly the same, but a lot of their builds fit each other.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, Banelings are being made now. Generally, you don't see players start making Banelings until they see their army actually push out, because Banelings make so fast you can basically make them in real time. So, little tip for the nerds at home. You need to preemptively make Banelings.
This push is happening, Tasus. We have
He's actually doing this.
Yeah, Combat Shield's almost done. Now he's probably going to force a cancel here, but all these units should die because 11 mutas are going to pop out. And 11 mutas plus these Lings and Banes, you know,
right,
MVP might just
get out
lose
of here.
his whole army. If MVP just goes straight home from here, that's very nice. But Jelizerg has units out in the middle of the map. He's able to flank.
All right, he's off the creep now, so Zerg doesn't know exactly where he is.
Looks like the mutas. Zergling's running in for a counterattack.
Oh, counterattack at the bottom left.
And yes, was never going to work against Combat Shield and Stim with Medevac. Would have been much better to try to actually crush that army, I feel.
Nice little drop here. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Muta's coming towards the Terran's main. I think MVP expected the Mutas to try to attack the Medevac. He doesn't have any defense over here.
Yeah, these Mutas not with the timing that MVP was expecting, obviously. And you got to be careful. Don't want to battle Marines for too long. Mutas. Oh, loses a Muta. Little misstep there. But he will get his 3rd base going. He's remade it. It's unfortunate that he had to cancel. And MVP, I definitely have to say, is in the lead here. His 3rd command center going to finish well before that 3rd hatch.
Because he's, well, July's letting him, he's just going to keep harassing with this Medevac over here. Mutas really haven't done too much damage right now, and now it looks like July's now watching his Mutas.
Yeah, you don't want to lose any of those Mutas there.
Well,
leave the Marines on the
those
ledge.
3 Marines are screwed, man.
Yeah.
They are not going home.
No, they're not going home at all, man.
No.
Just send a queen over, get her revenge against those Marines. Shooting Marines on a ledge, shooting fish in the barrel, same thing. All right, going after reactors right now. Always fun to do so, but MVP going to save it. I don't like Jelizerg's position here. He is up in supply a little bit, making a lot of Lings and a lot of Banes right now. We do have +1 melee and Baneling speed on the way to help them out, but yeah, I'm not liking that position. MVP is just looking extremely solid. Staying enough defensive, enough harassing. He forcing a cancel on that 3rd and then going home basically and getting his own 3rd and siege tanks. The perfect way to play this match.
I really don't feel like Jelizerg dealt with that little attack very well.
No.
He didn't seem to seek out and isolate the army, which he could have killed after the Mutas hatched.
I think what he was doing was he was like, all right, you know what? If he just has all his units kind of in the middle, I'm sitting with Spines and Banes at the top of my ramp. He can't break me. If I hit him with Mutas right away and do a little Zergling run-in as well, then I can kill off all his SCVs. That's what I really feel like he was going for, which is actually really good in theory, but In practice, in this game at least, it just wasn't the right choice, unfortunately.
And we see the... Sorry, go ahead.
It's a lot of Banes, Tasteless.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of mutas coming down now towards this expansion. Not enough SCVs for that attack to really do much. Just manages to get that tower to not be made. That'll probably be remade very soon. These Marines still here.
And, almost loses that muta, not quite.
That was his dying wish.
All right, July Zerg has chosen his moment, Tasteless. He always just chooses a moment to try to kill.
This is what we were talking about, guys. He's not going to play into the fourth base. He's not going to play in the late game. He says, all right, I'm going to get it exactly 150 supply, and I am going to go end this game. And here he comes now.
This is a ton of units. A lot of siege tanks, though. Not sure if this is going to actually work.
I don't know. The spread is pretty good.
Oh, man.
Bailing's the siege tank there.
Yes, a lot hitting siege tanks, and this was absolutely not good.
Not worth it.
Losing basically every muta, every Bailing as well.
Oh my God! There's actually no mutas left.
None. No mutas left. There were 2 siege tanks left over, which is too good a spread by MVP. This is exactly what he should have done this game. He's done it. July Zerg's little mid-game timing attack that he decided to do. This time, it does feel like he was predictable. You know, this was not...
Yeah.
He definitely did not try to randomize this build. He chose something that actually... It's not a bad choice for the map, but MVP looked at it and said, this is what I'm afraid of this game. This is what I'm going to defend against. And it came, and he defended against it. So, there you have it, Tasteless.
There we have it. I don't think the July Zerg's going to recover from here. It's no more mutas.
MVP has to mess
up. And no fourth base.
He has to mess up. Because he's gonna start pushing after he makes a bit more units. He's getting a Thor, you know, he's adding some barracks. He's got to get a few more siege tanks to make sure Banelings don't really do anything to him. And once he has all that ready, then he's going to do his push.
Act number 2 underway.
Boy. Does he have enough here? 3 siege tanks out there targeting Banelings very well. But was it actually enough here?
He's getting into the third.
Oh, man. And, well, the siege tanks, though, targeting down a lot more Banes than he wanted. Nice drop in the main base. And MVP gonna lift for now.
Yeah, the problem is that even though he got in there and made him lift the SCVs up, he's gonna land in. Oh my God, another drop, by the way, over here at the expansion area. Nice micro there by MVP.
2-1 Marines, sim combat shields and all the like. And these poor Zerglings only have that +1 melee attack, so 2 upgrades ahead. Very, very rough. And MVP's supply lead continues to grow, 69 to 140.
Yeah, there's just not really much July Zerg can do. Once all the mutas died, even if had he gone in there with the Banelings and the Zerglings, and let's say the attack didn't work and he pulled out with, you know, maybe like a dozen Mutalisks still, the game could go on. But having no muta count and trying to keep making trying to continuously make Banelings, he's basically trying to whittle down this entrance and hope that the Terran just won't have enough. But I don't think MVP's going to let him do that.
He's just going to GG here, Tasteless.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's basically the end of the game.
Yep, GG. No long-term potential there. July Zerg taking too much damage. Not killing enough with those attacks. Well played by MVP. Definitely deserved to win that series, but I got to say, July Zerg, it's so refreshing to see him play like he did in Game 2, where he just like knew how to play the sickest macro.
Do you think Atlantis spaceship is fair for TDZ? Or do you think
I think we have insufficient games, but by the looks of it, if you play like July,
map theory,
I would say the map might be just too big.
That's what I was thinking.
It might be.
It's just a little bit too big.
Yeah.
The Zerg has just... No, well, not only is it a little bit too big, but the Zerg doesn't have to ever expand towards the Terran. I think the expansions were set up a little bit differently. Maybe, you know...
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, the Zerg gets like 3 or 4 bases that are basically not touchable by the Terran.
Yeah. The fact that Zerg can actually take that super quick third, and if Terran actually puts any real attack force into the attack there, it's basically an all-in. That's rough. You want to be able to give the Terran a chance to actually harass that third area.
Although, in fairness, Antigua Shipyard is not exactly fair towards the Zerg. I mean, the Zerg... like that's,
I don't like that map for ZVT, I have to say.
No, I actually hate that map for ZVT because...
the games all look kind of
after
like
your
this.
third base, it's like, well... what do I do now? Do I expand to that middle location where he puts siege tanks on the ground?
The perfect map, but I'm glad that we're trying maps like this and giving them a good run.
Right.
Because we need a lot more information on exactly what maps do to a game.
Steps of War.
That's true.
Steps of War. How I hated casting you. That was a terrible, terrible map. What else was a terrible map? What else did I hate? There were some StarCraft 1 maps that I casted. Oh my god.
Luna, worst map ever.
Luna sucks.
Luna had the best stats. Shut up. You don't know anything about StarCraft.
No, Luna sucks.
Terrible
what else
map.
sucks? StarCraft.
Terminus Re, was it? No, not Terminus Re.
Terminus Re.
Andromeda. Andromeda had
sucks.
balanced stats. Shut up. You don't know anything about StarCraft.
Now Martian Cross sucked to cast.
Oh, that was... Dude,
that
Martian
was like,
Cross. That was
I'm
my
like,
favorite map.
TVP. I guess we won't see a battle for 17 minutes.
I loved Martian Cross.
Oh, try casting it. Try casting a lot of Martian Cross games.
No, actually, I don't think I ever cast on Martian Cross.
No, you didn't.
Because it was such a bad map, it got removed before I started casting.
Back in StarCraft 1 when I was casting for we had Martian Cross for a little while. I had a whole season of Martian Cross.
Rough.
I'm not okay. I'm a different person now.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break, and when we get back, we're gonna have who is next?
It is gonna be Leenock versus Hero.
Leenock and Hero.
Pretty sick.
I blacked out. All right, we'll be back soon here at the GSL Code S.
Zealot 광전사
Victory is the only truth that matters.
광전사 왕 천사